if you are an individual that seems as if you always attract narcissists, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, it's like these people find you. They find you, they're attracted to you, and they love to attach themselves to you. And your thing is, you want to get away from it. You want it to stop. If this is for you, or if this is you, stay tuned, because we're going to talk about why this happens, what you can do about it to stop it from happening, and the red flags that you see early on to make sure that this never happens. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Synovia Cherie. Welcome to Synovia Cherie TV. And over here, we talk about narcissistic abuse. We talk about emotional healing, and most of all, personal empowerment, so you can live the life that God has ordained for you to live. So if you're interested in this kind of content, stay here, because this page is for you. Let's go. I wrote an ebook last year. I wrote an ebook, and the ebook is called Unmasking Narc Abuse. So I want to read a paragraph out of this ebook, and it starts off by saying, they want what you have. I hope you can see that. They want what you have. And I have to read this to you because this is powerful. It says, whether you realize it or not, I'm talking to you, whether you realize it or not, you have something narcissistic abusers want, and they want it bad. Your joy, your spark, your optimism, your attributes, they envy that. They envy that stuff. The truth is that narcs do not like people. They hate people. Yeah, and that includes us. Even if it feels as if we're attracting these people, they seem to like us when they first initially come into our life. But the truth is, they really don't. They really don't. It's all an act. They may pretend to like those who fall prey to their cruelty and oppression. But when their victims can no longer serve them, narcs will discard and abandon them, leaving them to feel neglected and rejected. Now, I know that I have experienced that. I was like, wait a minute. I thought he loved me. I thought he said he loved me. I thought we were supposed to live out life together. But in the end, or the middle of the relationship, it seems as if a dynamic came into play where I was constantly getting discarded, or I was constantly getting rejected, whether that was the push and pull method. Even though initially I had no idea what these things were, I just knew what I felt. Whether it was the push and pull method, whether it was hot and cold, whether it was the come here, I love you so much, and the love bombing, and then it's like, get away from me, I can't stand you. That's a dynamic that plays on the minds of individuals. And I always say, narcissists love to play the long game of psychological chess. They do little things to mess with our mind. So let's get into why are we attracting these people in the first place? Let's get into that, okay? So number one, you have something that they want. Whether that be the light of God that's inside of you, whether it be your joy, whether it be your energy, whether it be your essence, it's something about you that they are void of, that they don't have access to. And when they see you, your aura, your vibe, your energy, they look at you as if like, yeah, I want that. That individual has something I can use. Because these individuals are users. They're users, they're manipulators, and they're con artists. So if you have something that they're void of, they're going to search you out and seek you and see what you can have that they can use. What's in you that can benefit them? And if it's your light, your joy, your optimism, your peace, they're not just coming to get a piece of that. They're not just coming to experience life with you, with your joy, your peace, your optimism. That's not the mind of a narcissistic manipulator. If they're coming into your life, they're coming to take that. They want it all. They want it all, every bit of peace, and they want to leave you with nothing. So that's number one. What do they want? Number one is you have something that they want. Number two, what's another reason why someone would constantly attract narcissistic manipulators? Number two is it depends on the person's personality. What do these con artists see? Because narcissists are spiritual con artists. What do they see when they look at you? And I'm not just talking about looking at you physically. What do they see spiritually when they look at you? Are they looking at you and noticing like, hey, I can get over on her. I can get over on him. Or, this person guard is down. They'll let me in and I don't have to work that hard to get in. Or is it he or she is a people pleaser? And I know that if I attach myself to a people pleaser, they will break their back to appease me. They will break their back to appease me. They will begin to prove to me why they are worthy for me to keep them. So that's number two. If you are a people pleaser, are you a person who are boundaryless? You have no boundaries. Or when somebody comes in and they begin to push the boundaries that you have, you move the goalposts just so that individual can stay in your life. If you are a people pleaser, your boundaries are weak. You move the goalposts and people begin to push on your boundaries. You let people walk all over you. You don't have anything up to protect yourself. Narcissistic people who are spiritual con artists will come in and take advantage of you. One of the best things that you can have that can protect you from narcissists is boundaries. Yes, they're going to get mad when you state your claim of what your boundaries are. Yes, they're going to get mad when they begin to push on your boundaries and you stand 10 toes down on what you said. Yes, they're going to get upset when they want their way, but you're strong in your boundaries, and that's okay. Let them get upset. Your boundaries are not just to not let people in. They are also to protect you. You have to protect yourself. And one of the ways you can protect yourself from narcissistic manipulators is having your boundaries up. You have to stand on your boundaries. Let no one sway you. Let no one convince you otherwise. Remember, narcissists play psychological chess. So they'll be playing a lot of mind games, dropping subtle hints, dropping subtle things that they may want you to do or things that in the future they want you to agree with. They start these games early. But if your boundaries are up, they won't be able to play them games with you. So, what is it why a person keeps attracting narcissists? One, you have something that they want. You have something they want, something they can use, something that will benefit them. And number two, if you are a people pleaser, your boundaries are weak. Every time someone pushes them, you move the goalpost. You would be a perfect candidate for a narcissist to come in your life and wreak havoc. Three, why are you an individual that keeps attracting narcissists? I hate to say this, but a lot of times this also comes from childhood. Were you raised by narcissistic parents? Do you have any childhood trauma within you? Does being with a narcissist feel as if it's at home to you? Does it feel familiar? Do you feel comfortable with these individuals that you have to work so hard to be with? Do you feel comfortable with that? Is that familiar to you? If so, and you have not done the work to heal, you will continue to attract narcissistic people until you do the work and get the healing that you need. Whether it was abuse in your childhood, whether it was abuse in your teenage years, or if anything happened, you have to begin to do the work. I hear a lot of people say sometimes, it's like I'm attracting the same person with a different face. It's like I keep attracting the same person. They just have a different name. It's because it's spiritual. Narcissist abuse is spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual battle. So if you have not overcame, if you have not done the healing work or went to therapy or received deliverance from God, you will still attract the same person over and over and over again until it's you are healed. Or check this out, because sometimes it's not that either. Sometimes the enemy tests us and send narcissistic individuals into our life. If you left a narcissist, if you said, I'm done with my narcissistic mom, my narcissistic dad, my narcissistic family, my narcissistic husband, I divorced them and I'm done with that. And you're like, wait a minute, I'm still attracting these people. It can also be you are now able to identify them. So you're no longer will be in a relationship with them. You will have the keys and the tools to identify them early. Okay. So sometimes it's just that maybe the enemy is testing you. You see a person, you like, this is familiar. Why does this remind me of my mom or my dad or my ex-narcissistic wife or husband? Maybe it's because you're being tested. Is this person still healed? Is this person going to still try to play with fire? Does this person know what a narcissistic individual looks like when they come into their life? And if the answer is yes, you're going to dead that relationship early. It won't last long. They can't have their way with you anymore because you are aware of what they're coming to do. Because remember, you have something that these individuals want. And just like the plan of the enemy is to steal, kill, and destroy, that is the same plan of the narcissist, to steal, kill, and destroy, to steal anything that's in you that God has given you, to stop your destiny, because they are destiny destroyers. So what are some red flags that you can look for early on to say, something ain't right? I think this person might be a manipulator. I think this person is manipulative, and this person may be a narcissist. The spiritual con artist. One red flag you will see is this person will constantly push your boundaries. Narcissistic people have no respect for others' boundaries. Remember, like I said earlier, they're in it to get what they want, to see what they can get from you, to see how they can use you, to see how you can benefit them. They have no respect for anyone's boundaries, and they will constantly push your boundaries. That's a red flag. So if you see that in a relationship, if you see it at all, you should be out. But with narcissistic people, their mask is going to slip. They won't be able to hide who they are for so long. So one of the things you will see a red flag to look out for, is this person pushing my boundaries? Did I say no to something and this person is trying to convince me why I should say yes? Did I tell them that no, that they cannot move in with me, and they're steady asking, they're trying to convince me of why I should when I've already said no? Are they trying to move things along too fast in a relationship and I already said that I want them to slow down? Are they trying to convince me to marry them in 30 days and I already said that I don't want to move this fast, but yet they're still trying to convince me? And yet every time I say no, they get angry and throw a tantrum. That's something to look out for. Are they pushing your boundaries? If they are, run, girl, run. Another red flag to look out for when it comes to narcissists, your intuition. What you feel on the inside. I have heard so many women, and including myself, say this. It wasn't anything that I actually saw in the beginning. It was how I felt within. My intuition was screaming. My intuition was telling me something, but I was not picking up what my intuition was putting down. And you got too deep into it, and it felt like you could not get away. You are going to feel confusion when you're dealing with the narcissistic manipulator. There's going to be, I can guarantee, I will bet every dollar in my checking account that when you're dealing with a narcissistic spiritual con artist, there will be confusion, period. There'll either be confusion in your conversation. You'll be like, wait a minute, I didn't say that, or I didn't mean it that way, or they will take it the wrong way. It's going to be some type of confusion. You will never be able to get on the same page. And that's where that people pleasing comes in, because if you are a people pleaser, you won't dead that relationship. You're going to try to make it work. Too much drama early on in a relationship is a red flag. If it's to the point you can't get on the same page, there's always a misunderstanding, there's always a disagreement, something is just not working out, something isn't right, that's a red flag to dead that relationship. It's not a green flag for you to keep trying to make it work. It's not a green flag for you to proceed. That is a red flag that relationship needs to end. Drama early on in a relationship is a red flag. Baby, it does not mean that you have to try to make this work. You barely know this person. End it. Another red flag when it comes to dealing with narcissistic spiritual con artists is how you feel emotionally. These individuals are closed off emotionally. They are emotionally detached. So the relationship will feel superficial. It will feel surface. It will feel shallow. It's no depth to it. You can't get deep. You like, dang, something is wrong or something is off. And again, that's where your intuition kicks in at, and you can't ignore it. Don't ignore your intuition, because she knows what she's talking about. And especially if you're filled with the Holy Spirit. If you have the Holy Spirit and you are a woman with intuition, you are dangerous. Don't ignore your intuition. But these individuals are closed off emotionally. It's no depth there. Everything will be surface. Everything will be shallow. You can't get deep with this person because they're emotionally unavailable. Remember, they're in it to get what they can get from you. They're in it to see how you can benefit them, whether they really like you or not. They don't like anybody, but whether they, or even if they're attracted to you or not, they're in it to see how you can benefit them. Remember, these individuals are void of light and personality. So when you have a lot of that, they want to siphon yours. They're like parasites and leeches. They will want to leech onto you. Let me read you the second paragraph in this book, Unmasking Narc Abuse. I'm going to read from, let me show you how to cover. This is an ebook though. Like, I have a physical copy, but this is a ebook, Unmasking Narc Abuse. I read the first paragraph. The second one says, narcissistic individuals are void of light, personality, identity, and love. If you're full of light, you know who you are, you feel full of love, they want to siphon that from you. They don't want to just come into your life and be a part of it. They want to take what's yours. Remember that. And will attempt to use you for all of yours as long as you allow them to. They will drain you of all the hope and passion God has given you and leave you depleted and spiritually dead. And if you don't allow God to intervene, they could also leave you physically lifeless. Narcissistic abuse, dealing with manipulators and con artists, is no joke. This is no joke. So many people have lost their lives trying to help these people, trying to figure them out, trying to say, well, I don't want to leave them. Maybe I should pray for them. Maybe I should fast for them. And in the end, they end up losing their life. They become spiritually drained. Even if it's not a physical losing of their life, they're losing something in here. They've lost passion. They lost their light, their fight, the fun in them, the joy of life. They don't have it anymore because they spent all the energy they did have trying to save a person that does not want to be saved. Abuse is no joke. Dealing with manipulators and narcissistic people will have your mind full of confusion and doubt. You won't know which way is up, which way is out. You won't be able to do anything because these individuals play psychological chess with your mind. So if you don't remember anything else from this video, I need you to know, if you are a person dealing with a manipulator, a narcissist or someone that you're in a relationship with and you're like, something just isn't right, I need you to have the strength within you to leave. You have to leave. These individuals are spiritual assassins. They are. And they will take everything that's in you and they will leave you unalive. So, until again, I hope you enjoyed this video. And this video is, why are you attracting narcissistic people? Number one, you have something that they have. Oh, you got something they want. Number two, stop playing. Stand firm on your boundaries. Number three, stop being a people pleaser. No more people pleasing. Go to God and ask him to heal that. Begin to go to therapy and talk to someone. No more people pleasing, okay? So, until next time, I will see y'all later. And thank you for joining me tonight on Synovia Cherie TV. Bye.